Alright Spartans, how you doing, and welcome to the start of my first Total War Warhammer 3 campaign as Boris Ursus. So welcome, the Red TZAR lives again. So if you're happy to see this campaign on the channel, please do support it by dropping the video a like, and hopefully you will stick through it and watch it to the very end. And thanks of course to everyone who did vote in the poll. This of course was the winner. But I will be doing other campaigns after this one. So if this wasn't the one you voted for, fear not. I shall be back with more campaigns in the future. So what I want to do as well is to name all of my units in the armies that I have with your suggestions. So please do put down below in the comment section the unit name suggestions that you want me to include into the army. And as well, if you can try and keep them all on this first video, and it means I can then come back to it every so often, and then throughout the episodes I will then start to update them into my army. It's just easier if I manage them all in this first episode to then come back to as and when I need to. So yes, please do put your unit name suggestions down below in the comment section for Boris's armies. So let's take a look at the faction effects and lord effects for Boris before we jump into the campaign cinematics. So diplomatic relations of +30 with the faction of the Ice Court, which of course is Tsarina Katerin. -50% for garrison and religion buildings, and then -1 to construction time for province capital and settlement buildings, and then recruit ranker +2 for war bear rider units, which are pretty damn awesome, I can tell you. And as well as that, we've got -50% upkeep for war bear rider units in Boris's army. Leadership of +7 when fighting against the warriors of chaos, demons of chaos, and Norska. And then melee attack of +9 when fighting against the warriors of chaos, demons of chaos, and Norska. So of course we'll be playing this campaign on hard difficulty. Starting location is kind of the northeast side, I would say more middle, but slightly towards the east of the campaign map. Surrounded by greenskins, Skaven, and some ogre factions to start with. So we've got a lot of enemies to deal with very quickly when we start this campaign, and of course we'll talk a bit more about the tactics we're going to employ when we jump onto the campaign map. So everything's ready to go. Let us begin, and of course let's jump in to the campaign cinematics.
Tome of Fates. It reveals the secrets of the past, the present, and what may come to be. Most would think me fortunate to own such a book, but I can only use it in service to others. That is my curse. It wakes, tormenting me once more. Feeding on the mysteries of this world, unraveling them into opportunity. But opportunity for whom? This world has been sundered by a tide of arcane energy. The winds of magic churned into a maelstrom. The Tome of Fate drew me north to find out why. It guided me to a distant fortress steeped in blood. A battle was fought there. Though long over, the spirits still lingered. In the shadow of a broken portal, the trail ended. It was here the Tome conversed with the dead. They told of Ursun, the bear god of Kislev, lost in darkness. A noble prince ventured to save him, yet he strayed from the path and was corrupted by chaos. Savior became executioner. A single shot, bound in faith forsaken, pierced Ursun's heart. And so the bear god roared, the tide that broke the world. Spirits, where lies Ursun now? Is he here, in the north?
Beyond the maelstrom, in the realm of chaos, in the forge of souls.
Is he alive?
Wounded and dying, imprisoned in shadow.
What shadow? A demon's?
A master of the dark.
I knew who shackled the bear. Belacor. Only a fool would challenge Belacor. And yet, the power of a dying god, there is no greater prize. A mere drop of Ursun's blood would break my curse, ending my servitude to this accursed book. Free to profit from its secrets. But Ursun is locked in the Forge of Souls, deep in the realm of chaos, and I cannot enter this nightmarish domain. All routes have been sealed by the maelstrom. There must be a way. The Tome unveils a spell to summon a portal, one to bypass the maelstrom and create a door into chaos. Knowledge to bargain, for I need an ally, one who is tempted by the power of the god bear and can withstand the horrors within. The grave of Kislev's most glorious leader. If Tsar Boris Ursus did not slumber in ice, he could have safeguarded Ursun.
How low the motherland has fallen without you, my Tsar. How God is taken from us. I see it in visions. His death draws near. And yet your fool daughter dallies in games of politics. If only you were here, you could save Ursun. That it cannot be. I will keep the faith as Kislev dies. Farewell, my Tsar.
Poor Kostaltin. His zealotry blinds him to hope, deafens him to the cry from the cold void. But I hear you, Boris Ursus. Your spirit stirs in Kislev's hour of need. Let me guide you to Ursun for one drop of his divine blood. A fair price to save the motherland. You shall have your god blood. Ursun shall be saved. Our goal is to rescue Ursun, the god bear of Kislev, from the clutches of Belacor. After fraught bargaining, my price is agreed, and I will do all I can to guide the Kislevites to their lost god.
Do not tarry with your whispers, seer. I know what you are. But all that matters is saving Ursun. Let us get on with it.
Your Majesty, it is wise to begin your quest to rescue Ursun far from the motherland, in territory once claimed by Kislev centuries ago. The ruins of ancient Kislevite forts should be retaken, but the orcs bar your way. Make war on the Greenskins and wipe them out. Heading west across the High Pass may well secure a route back to the motherland and strengthen the nation, but could undermine your daughter's reign. Perhaps it is better to go north. That is where the forces of chaos gather. Demons desperate to scour Kislev. We have a chance to head them off and ensure they never set foot in the motherland. All the while, my tome ruminates on a way to bypass the Maelstrom, so we may enter the Chaos Realms and save Ursun. Until then, the Red TZAR walks the world once more. Let Kislev's enemies cower at your name.
So yes, the Red TZAR Boris Ursus rises again from the dead, and he is back in the name of Kislev and Ursun himself. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the campaign for Warhammer 3. Now, I'm going to assume that you know all the mechanics and features about how Kislev play out in the game, but if you don't, I did a video recently as Zarina Kadarin on the channel. It's a preview video before the game came out, and I went through all of the mechanics, etc. on that video, so by all means check it out if you want to know how Kislev play. But as I say, I'm going to assume you know it all for this campaign today. And as well, you may be asking, how do you unlock Boris in the campaign for Warhammer 3? I did another video on that as well on the channel, so again, check it out if you want to, but it's not too difficult. All you have to do is play a campaign as either Konstantin or as Zarina Kadarin. And then on that campaign, you have to hold 3 settlements for 10 or more consecutive turns. They are the settlements of Prague, Kislev, and Eringrad. If you hold those 3 for 10 or more consecutive turns, you will then unlock a quest battle. Win that quest battle, and then Boris will appear as a legendary lord in your army for that campaign, but as well will unlock his own campaign on the game, which is what I'm doing obviously right now. So that's all you need to do. So yeah, by all means check out the video, because I did actually fight the quest battle in that video, but that's, as I say, all you need to do for him to be unlocked on the game. So let's talk our situation. Let's talk tactics, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, as you are doing with my Rome 2 Sparta campaign, please do put your suggestions and tips, etc. down below in all the videos for the comments, etc. because I will definitely try and implement as many of your suggestions as I possibly can in this campaign, because I want it to be your campaign as much as my campaign, if you know what I mean. So by all means, put your suggestions down below. As I say, I'll try and implement as many of them as I can into this playthrough, like I am doing with my Rome 2 Sparta campaign. So Boris has risen back from the dead. I don't know if Katerin or Konstantin know he's back, but he is here and he is surrounded. He's on his own basically here, guys. He's got the Greenskins directly on his borders. He's got the ogres in the northeast. He's got some chaos factions descending upon him from the northwest. He's got Skaven lingering around. He's literally on his own. He's got 1 basic army to begin with and 1 region under his control. So that means growth is currently very low. We need to get growth up quickly. We need to get income up quickly, because we need to grow obviously our settlements as soon as we can, because ultimately that will help improve our army. We've also got to get a secondary army into our faction as soon as we possibly can as well, because obviously when the rifts start to open at turn 35, we're going to have to send Boris in, and that means we're going to have another army to defend our homeland, to obviously help out while Boris is away playing with the Chaos Gods, etc. And obviously as well, having a secondary army will help with momentum early on at the same time. So to get that army to a better position, because if you look at his army here,
Boris
apart
Ursus
from the Warbear Riders, which are extremely good units, they are very good. And obviously we've got the Little Grom as well, which is the siege artillery. Apart from them, we've got Kossars and Kossars with spears. They're very low armored units, so you can imagine when they come across, big damage dealers like some of the greenskin units and the ogres, etc., they're going to evaporate pretty quickly. So we need to get the armored versions in to our armies as soon as possible, and to get them we need to get the TZARs, and you can see there the armored Kossars and armored Kossars with great weapons. Obviously they're going to be good for damage dealing and weapon strength. So to get that, we need to get TZARs. But to do that, we've got to get this to a tier 2 building. As look at that, the growth is very slow. So that's why we've got to get growth up. That's why we've got to get it income up. And that's why we need to get that to a tier 2 as soon as possible. So as I say, it's all about momentum very quickly in this Boris campaign. Getting going as soon as we possibly can. And finally, I've got a lot to talk about here, but finally, when the rifts do start to open, I'm thinking, and as I say, let me know down below if you think we should or shouldn't do this, but when the first rift opens, I'm going to try and beeline straight for the Slinesh Rift, because in the realms of Slinesh, you can get something called the Dark Prince's Paramar. So it means if we get that item, we won't be able to get the Prince's Soul. We will immediately be ejected from the realm. So the first round we go for, we won't actually get a soul, even though other factions will get souls. We will be behind them in the race to get all 4, but we get this item. It's a massive boost to our faction. It gives us plus 25 to control in every region we take, I believe, in the game. I think it's every region. It's not just chaos regions. It's every region in the game. So that's a massive bonus to have when we're trying to expand, especially early on in the campaign again. So to have that is a massive boost. So I think we should go for that. And then after we've got that, we will then start to track down the actual demon souls themselves. But if you think that's a wrong idea, then let me know. But I think that's the best thing we should do to, as I say, get us into a much stronger position as early as we possibly can. So yeah, the Dark Prince's Paramar in the realms of Slinesh. Right, anyway, that is it. Let us begin, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see what we can do with Boris today. So, sorry about the introduction, but I had to get a lot out there just to make sure I was, putting my situation and my thoughts across to you in this campaign as we begin this journey, of course, together. And that's the most important thing. I want to get you guys involved in it as much as possible as we go. So, firstly, technology. As I mentioned, growth being the key here. So let's go for the cold storage. That's growth of plus 5 to our faction as a whole. I mean, look at this. We can see there melee defense of plus 4 for Kossar units. We can unlock the Ice Court training slot for the Frost Maiden heroes, which we will definitely do in a little bit. And we can do extra slots as well for the Ice Witch Lords. We've got weapon strength for Snow Leopard units, etc. Casualty replenishment rate plus 2%. But as I say, I'm going to go for the growth as the first technology that we try and research as early on as possible. So that's that. In terms of the Ice Court, obviously we can't do that yet. Diplomacy, as I mentioned, we are very much on our own at the moment. There's no faction that wants to talk to us in any shape or form. Trade, there's no one interested at all. We can see here we've got greenskin factions, ogre factions, chaos factions. It's just ridiculous here, guys. Are they? Yeah, they are. The greenskins of the Dripping Fangs, they are greenskins, as well as the Dark Land Orcs. So yeah, not ideal at the moment. Things will improve a little bit later on. We will be able to start trading with the Cathay factions. But as I say, at the moment we are literally on our own in our borders here. So diplomacy and technology is sorted. We know about the objectives here. We're going to be going for the Forge of Souls campaign victory conditions, which of course is the realms of Khorne, Nurgle, Slinesh, Tzeentch, and obviously then the final battle at the Forge of Souls against Be'lakor himself. So yes, one more thing. The Invocation of the Motherland are available to us. Now I'm going to be going, again, we've got 100 devotion. This is going to cost us 88. It's going to bring this pretty low. I'm assuming we're going to have a chaos uprising in a second anyway, so I'm not really concerned. It will give us an easy chance to gain some XP against a pretty much bog standard chaos army, really. So I'm going to invoke this invocation. That doesn't really bother me. And we're going to go for the one... Where is it? It's this one, the one I'm selected on. It's basically going to give us 20 growth, casualty replenishment of plus 8%, and we gain a supporter every time we gain a character rank to Boris or our hero, etc. So that will give us an actual extra supporter into our faction, basically. So I'm going to invoke that one. Definitely for the growth. That's the key thing here. So that's going to do that. Okay, lovely. So that's now going to give us a plus, essentially, very soon, a plus 25 growth increase, which is what we need big time. It's already gone up to 5 turns from 13 turns because it obviously just invoked that. So that's good. And as well, supporters. This is an interesting mechanic because obviously in the Kostaltin or Katerin campaign, you are, you know, in a race against each other. But because I'm playing as Boris, I'm a kind of a spectator in all this. So I can support either the Ice Court or the Orthodoxy. And I'm assuming at the end of this, because it says here, as a player, you will confederate your political opponent. So if you're playing as Kostaltin, you'll obviously confederate with the Ice Court or vice versa. But with Boris, he's an outsider. So I'm assuming, though, still, whoever wins, you will confederate with that actual faction. They will become your faction. Because obviously they'll probably think to themselves, oh yes, we need to join Boris. The Tsar is back. We need to confederate with him. So that's what I'm thinking will happen. But obviously, when I can, and I get the supporter points up, I'm going to obviously start supporting Katerin as the Ice Court. And maybe we can unite together once she gets to level 600. But that's the idea. But we'll see how that plays out. But obviously as well, you know, in that, we do get these bonuses throughout the different stages. So I would imagine they do count to us as well for control, leadership and speed, etc. and the diplomatic relations that you get with Kislev at the same time. Even though we don't know them on the diplomacy map yet, still that will be the case, I would imagine. So that's interesting. We're going to see how that obviously how that plays out as we go on the campaign. So what we'll do then, we can't do anything with the buildings. We'll go and attack this greenskin army here. Even though our army is very basic at the moment, we should be able to win this one pretty quickly. We're going against goblins, goblin archers, and then the lord himself of the war boss. We'll be okay. We've got our our bear riders on our side. They will smash through these goblins. We'll win it, but we'll fight it because it's obviously our first battle. We always fight our first battle. Usually I would already resolve this one, but we'll fight it for this occasion. So let's do that. So here we go then, guys. The first battle of our campaign. And this is when we will look back upon this day in later times and think, yes, this is where it all began. This is where we had nothing and we now have everything. So yes, I always look back upon this first battle and think, this was the beginning. Hopefully we can achieve greatness from now on. So we're going to put our war bear riders on the right flank on the high ground like we did on the campaign preview video, and then get them to descend upon the goblins as they push towards our front lines of Kossars over here, which of course we want to upgrade to armored Kossars as soon as possible once we get that Chataz building under our belt in the settlement that we control. So we'll put them sort of spread out on the front line there. We've got Boris himself. He's got this augment spell of the Fury of Ursun, which will increase his base weapon damage and armor-piercing weapon damage 25% each. And then we've got the Little Grom, which will be fantastic to fire down onto these goblins as they come towards us. But ultimately, it's going to be key, this unit is, of course, when we are then fighting walled settlement battles. So let's start the battle. And I will say very quickly, I am sorry if you guys are experiencing any frame drops or performance issues in the game so far, because obviously I've seen the Steam reviews and they are very mixed, and a lot of those issues are around performance. So I am sorry if you are experiencing any of those issues yourself. I genuinely so far have not, and that is in both the preview videos and on this build as well so far either. I'm not being a shill or a sellout to Creative Assembly. I'm just generally not experiencing any issues. Apologies if you guys are, though. I mean, the settings I've got are pretty much at ultra settings. I've got them at everything at max settings. I have, though, fed it back that when I do play this game, the fans on my computer are absolutely going for it. It's like the thing's going to take off. It's going for it that much. But, yeah, I am sorry if you guys are experiencing problems. It's not something, as I say, I experienced, but that's not to say you guys wouldn't either, because you know, you may do so, and I hope that it is sorted out as soon as possible. I'm sure optimization and sort of fixes and patches will be coming out over the next few weeks to improve all of that. But should you be waiting for that when you just spent £50 or $60 on a game? No, you shouldn't. Of course, it should be right from the very beginning. So I am sorry. I really am. Hopefully it will be fixed as soon as possible with those patches. As well, though, I have noticed, and I did feed this back at the same time, and people have picked up upon this, is the blurriness of some of the units, both on the campaign map and the battle map. I've noticed that. I don't know why that is, because as I say, I've got them, the settings here at pretty much ultra settings, and they're still a little blurry. I don't know what that's all about. So hopefully, again, they can be improved. But fingers crossed, everything gets sorted out as soon as possible, because it is, in its basis, a very good, strong game. It's going to be fantastic. As time goes on and DLCs come out, the game's going to be, I think, amazing, but it should be right at the start as well. So I am sorry. Hopefully things can get better if you are experiencing those issues yourself. But anyway, let's begin playing, and we will move in. We will move in. In fact, I know we won't move in yet, because a lot of units are coming towards these Warbear Riders, so we'll get them to pull back a second, just so we can get some of them to start hitting our Cossars over here. So pull them onto the right side. Warbear, you'll get your turn in a second, Warbear Riders. We'll just give you a minute. Get Boris to go over here. They're reforming the lines here, so let's go. There we go. Warbear Riders come back. Hit this Goblin unit over here. Boris Ursus, you can go and take out the War Chieftain. Stop you from firing now. Initiate your augment spell. Warbear Riders will absolutely smash these goblins, I'm telling you. Absolutely smash them. We'll put these to hit these over here. Look at that. Absolutely obliterate them. They go flying back. They're dropping in numbers so quickly. The morale's going, obviously, with them having poor leadership. The archers are already falling back anyway. Come on, Boris. Take out the war chief. Get him taken down. Goblins are absolutely getting obliterated now. 60. Yeah, smashed off. They've gone. So it's just about the war chieftain now, or the war boss. Get these bear units to pull back. Siege, go over there. So we'll get these to go for another charge in a second. They're still being fired upon. Come on, go for another charge. Come on, smash him, smash him. He's still holding in there. Right, put these. We're going to surround the bastard. We're not losing that many units, though, which is a good thing, obviously. It's always good not to lose units, isn't it? So we'll pull these Warbear Riders back. And we're going to go for another charge in a second. Put these out the way. So it's just Boris and the war boss, basically. And we'll literally get him to hold that war boss there. We'll initiate the Ursun's Fury again in a minute. And then we'll go for another charge, and this will be what we need. He's gone on rampage. Boris has gone on a rampage here. He's out of control. It's not a problem. And there we go. It's a victory. Excellent. Excellent stuff. So we'll end the battle. We know this army completely goes when we win the battle, so we'll end it there. And it is a victory. A good start to the campaign. Even though Boris did take a little bit of house damage there, he will replenish pretty quickly, actually. And I am sorry as well that this campaign is out later than expected. It was supposed to be out the day before release, which was Thursday, so it was supposed to be out on the Wednesday. But I went to Manchester United to see them play football at the game on Tuesday night against Brighton and Hove Albion. And some of you guys be thinking, what? Who was Brighton and Hove Albion? Who were Manchester United, maybe? But yeah, I watched the game, and then after the game, the tram service decided to stop working. So it meant that I had to walk back from Old Trafford to my car, or to my mate's car. And it took us 3 hours. So I didn't get home till 2:30. So I'm being a little bit sleepy and playing catch-up for the last few days with my sleep and things like that. So this is the first chance I've had to probably sit down and record. So apologies, it is out later than I wanted it to be so. But anyway, let us go for the unit replenishment of plus 11%. There they go. Fall completely to my sword. Mission successful, 1,000 to the treasury, and devotion of plus 10. And we get a Frost Maiden as our hero. Excellent. Now, send your hero to your army. Yeah, fine. And recruit 2 more new units. So we'll put Boris back into the settlement. And as you can see there, he's pretty much gone back to full house next turn. Now, this lady, this Frost Maiden, has got the Law of Tempest, I think. Is she Law of Tempest? She is. Because she's got the Ice Maiden's Kiss. So because of that, I mean, that's fine. We can use her, and obviously we'll have her in the campaign. But because she is the Law of Tempest, where can I find it again? Well, I know it is, but I want to confirm it to you guys. Oh, no. She's a Law of Ice. I'm sorry. She's a Law of Ice. I want to get the Law of Tempest. Sorry. Because the Law of Tempest gives you that bombardment spell, which I absolutely love. So she's the Law of Ice, which gives us the Ice Maiden's Kiss. And as you can see there, gives us Frost Blades and Death Frost, which are pretty decent to have as a law or a hero in your army. So that is not bad, but I want the other one. So we'll go for the, obviously, Ice Court to get them trained up. But we'll embed her into the army. She will give the increase in magic item drops by 10% post-battle. So obviously we've got another 500 of the treasury. And that is, well, this isn't actually. We will recruit some Kossars with spears, because even though we're going to replace these eventually, I want to get our army to a full 20 stack as soon as possible. And then obviously, as turns go on, just take some out and replace them with better units kind of thing, because we want to push on to that settlement and that settlement as quickly as we possibly can. I believe these greenskins have got 9 settlements, so they're based all around here. It would be ideal to try and take and claim these lands as soon as we possibly can, wipe them out, and then obviously we'll have a lot of regions under our control to begin with. And I'm aware, though, of the ogre threats that will appear from these northern territories here. They will probably try and attack us, which is why, again, we need that secondary army into our faction as soon as we can, really. That is also going to be a settlement we'll take next turn as well, because that is undefended. That one over there has got a Skaven presence in it, I think. This one hasn't, so we'll go for this one. So let's end the turn, guys. But yeah, Law of Tempest, that's the one I want. I mean, Law of Ice, as I say, is fine. She's going to do a wonderful job. I will probably use her more on the campaign map than actually on the battle map, where, as I say, I want the Law of Tempest one for the battles themselves, because she can be used to close rifts as well. Obviously, your armies can close rifts, but they will have to fight a little battle to actually close the rift. Or you can use a hero. I think it costs about 1,500 gold to close a rift, but you want to close them. Once you've got your own, obviously, your own legendary lord into the rift themselves to fight and try and claim the demon soul, you want to close it off then, because that is a gateway for the chaos factions to get into your lands, which of course you do not want. So we've increased our rank for Boris Ursus. So we're going to go for Route Marcher to begin with. We will go down the increase of armor, hit points, and melee attack, etc. And we will go for this one as well, which will give us increase in melee defense for Kossars, TZAR Guard, key units, absolutely key units. The TZAR Guard are extremely good. Can't wait to get them into our armies. And you can see there the bonuses they get for melee attack for warbear riders, etc. So we'll go down that chain. We'll go down a lot of the chains, actually, but I want to start with Route Marcher. Always key to get that movement range in as soon as possible. That extra increase in movement range, I should say. So we haven't got any items or ancillaries at the moment. Ancillaries can give us movement range increases as well, so we'll hopefully get a few ancillaries for that as well. Our quests, as you can see here, will just basically be granted to us at rank 7 and rank 10. We don't need to fight for these. We'll just get them once we get to that rank. So 7 gets us the Shard Blade of, you can see there, the melee attack, bonus versus large, Shard Blade, and then we get the Armor of Ursun at rank 10. Armor 10, enemy hero, action success chance minus 10, melee defense 8, and that ability there. Oh, nice. So, you know, really good quest items you get, but you don't have to fight for them. You just get them once you hit the rank, so that's pretty easy and good to have. So we'll do another unit of, or 2 units of Kossar Spears. In fact, we'll go for 1 unit of Kossar Spears and 1 unit of Kossars with... so yeah, 1 unit of Kossar Spears and 1 unit of just Kossars. There we go. Got there in the end. So again, growth 4 turns away. Once we get that technology, it's going to increase it again. But, you know, well, no, of course, what we're going to do first... God, we've got to go take this region, aren't we? We're going to do that right now. There's the Skaven faction. We're not at war with them, but they're a Skaven presence, which is not good. So we'll colonize this. We lose, obviously, a few units to the colonization of the region, but it's not a problem. So we'll now go for this, which will give us another increase of growth plus 10 and a boost of our income as well. So we'll obviously build that village now in its place of its ruins. Now, they're not at war with us, but we've got to be careful of them. Don't know where they're going. Maybe over to these Kurazes over there, possibly. But yeah. So even though we can't really expand at the moment, we've got to get our army boosted and expanded as soon as we can. So yeah, army's got to be growing every turn early on. But yeah, for mix and match it, got 3 units of Kossars now, 4 units of Kossars with spears. We'll go for another... No, in fact, what we'll do is we'll bring him back to this fort over here. Because his replenishment is a little better over at this fort than over here, I think. So we'll go for another unit of spears, another unit of Kossars, just to mix them up a little bit. We're only going to have... In fact, no. Yeah, we'll have 4 Kossar units in our army. Because they really are, at the moment, are better bow infantry. Because they've got the higher range. Oh, no, they've got the same range, actually. You know what? I'm just going to go for the spear units now.
I cannot eradicate chaos alone.
So 2 units of spears. And we'll just keep the 3 Kossars that we've got there as our maximum for them currently. But we're going to replace them all eventually anyway. So it's not really an issue. And then again, that is pretty much it. You know, we can do this now. Of course, we can go for this secondary infrastructure building. So I'm thinking a farmstead will give us the income. This hollowed wood, which you can actually, with this technology here, where is it? Where is that one? Gospodar Governance will actually decrease the hollowed wood buildings by 25%, basically. But the boost that can give you is the fact that you get devotion each turn and you get replenishment rate up to your local armies, ambush chance, and things like that. We want to have that potentially at some point, but we do want to get this one because that is going to help reduce the chance of plague spreading when, you know, Kugath comes down from the north, etc. And obviously corruption as well is helped with this building as well. But infrastructure buildings, there's other ways we can get devotion, I feel, at the moment. There's other ways we can get replenishment as well. So I'm going to go for this one. In fact, no, the markets we will go for when we get the tier 5 main settlement up there, actually. So we won't go for the market square in this region. I'm thinking either Orthodoxy Shrine, which will also give us devotion, and supporters, and control, and corruption -1. Or we could go for farmstead. Oh God, yeah, look at that. The roadhouse is growth as well. I think that's my decision made for me. We've got to go for that growth, the roadhouse. Yeah. Key. We can replace it. We could go for the farmstead or the Orthodoxy Shrine eventually, but roadhouse for now. We've got other regions we can build them in, so it's not a problem. We want to get to attack the other greenskin settlements as soon as possible because we don't want them to get stronger. We've got to move in on them
Boris
as soon as we possibly can. So we've got basically 2 more turns before they are fully replenished. We could attack them now, but obviously at the moment we're still not strong enough. So we'll go for... We'll actually go for 2. One of each. So 1 more turn before the growth is completed at 1 population surplus. We will then increase that to tier 2 and then get that to tier 2. And then we are really up and away then with moving forward with this campaign. You know, already, you know, we've got 4 turns in, 5 turns into this campaign. We've got another 30 before the rift, the first rifts appear. So we can't linger too long. We've got to be moving forward as soon as possible. So we'll go for this for the tier 2 now. That's going to take 2 turns. You know, income isn't a problem at the moment. That's fine. But growth is still something we've got to be concerning ourselves about. So we've now recruited or researched the cold storage, which will give us that nice growth +5. Now, I would probably go for that. Now, the thing is, I don't know if that includes armoured Kossars, because if it does, then that's obviously going to be a bonus for us because we will get them very soon. If it's just basic units, the Kossars that we've already got into the army, which I think it actually is, it's just them. But them, sorry. It's not going to give us much of a benefit because we're going to get rid of them very soon. So the +4 belly defense it gives us, I'm not concerned about really. So we'll go for something else. If it was armored, then fine, but it's not. I'm thinking we then look at possibly ice sculpting because we want to go for that ice maiden, don't we? So we'll go for that one, ice sculpting, and then that will give us the ability to get a frost maiden into our land. Okay. So, I followed the bear. I hate it when he says that. It just really grinds on me for some reason. I don't know why. I followed the bear. Okay. This is the last turn then, guys. And then we'll push in on that settlement at turn 6. Okay. At the start of your turn, have at least 150 devotion. What's the situation, actually, with the initial... Oh, look at the Grand Orthodoxy. Oh, the Great Orthodoxy are in the lead, +10. We want to get our Ice Cord, hopefully, up as soon as possible so we can support them with their push to the finish line. Right, then. So let's move in on to Uzkulak, the Greenskin Stronghold. So it's close victory. Right, okay. Now, you're probably thinking, why? I'm going to auto-resolve this one because I've tried this battle already, and with these Kossar units, they get annihilated in this battle, and I know I won't get a close victory. I'll probably get a pivot victory because I'm crap. So basically, I won't be doing this obviously going forward, but for the moment, because we've got the basic units under our control, I'm going to auto-resolve it. But once we get the armoured variants, I will fight these siege battles obviously for you. But this one, it's not a pretty sight if I fight it. So I'm going to auto-resolve it. And the AI will do a better job, trust me. We don't lose any units anyway, so everyone's intact. We'll replenish them soon. We'll get them back to full strength. It's not an issue. We've got 474 treasury and XP of 1,588. But yeah, don't think I'll be doing this all the time with auto-resolving. I won't. I will fight them for you, I promise. So we'll occupy, of course.
For Ursus.
So we've gained a veteran warrior. Recruit rank +2 for infantry units. Very good. Winter magic power reserve charge of 8% when increasing. Or 8% when increasing. Good. So that's a follower for our maiden. And we've captured the following settlement. So nice. Got some devotion and treasury, and we get more if we control the whole province. So the province will be controlled once we get the Falls of Doom under our control, which we will fight that battle in a minute anyway, so we will do that one for you. So let's have a look at our mechanics for skills here. So we've got one to give to Boris. I'm thinking either leadership and, you know, Unit XP of 75 for the inspiring presence. Recruitment cost, control, attrition. Minus 10 casualties suffered from more attrition. That could be interesting as we go into the campaign because, again, Kugath will give us, you know, attrition when he puts his plague onto us. So that could be important later on. Corruption -1. We haven't got to worry about corruption at the moment. We haven't got to worry about that either currently, the heroic resilience. Recruitment cost -5. That could be interesting. And then control. What is the situation with control at the moment? -12. It is going down. We will be able to probably balance that out with commandments. So I'm not concerned about control at the moment. I'm thinking I'm going to go for this one. Recruitment cost -5. That will be key soon. So we'll go for that one now. We will increase this and go down these, I promise, as well. We want to get him on his bear mount soon as well. That'd be nice. Available at rank 11. So our Frost Maiden. No, it's not Boris Ursus. This is our Frost Maiden. So I'm thinking she's going to be more our campaign map hero as opposed to our battle map hero. So we'll go for things like assassination with her. I mean, we may need her in battle eventually, but, or get someone else in as a Frost Maiden to give her these abilities. And she, Belinda, is our hero on the map instead, and she takes out some enemy heroes and agents that, when they come onto our lands. So I'm thinking she will probably be more of that for the moment. So we'll go down that assassination tree for her. Okay, so we've got another of these buildings here. We'll demolish it here because we can only go to tier 3, so that can be achieved in this region. So we'll demolish it there, get something else in its place which can achieve tier 5 in that region instead. And yeah. Oh good, let's go. Let's go, go, go. So 2 regions are now under our control. So we've got 3 in total. 2 + 1 = 3. So there we go. I've got 3 in total. And things looking a little bit better. We've also now got this to tier 2. So Charaz, yes, we've got to go that now. And then we're going to go for that for a tier 2 building, which will increase again growth and income. So now I'm thinking, also this is another key point to this playthrough, is defense buildings. I'm going to pretty much go for every settlement and have a defense building in its settlement, because you'd never know where Chaos are going to attack you from, and if they've got more defenses with extra defense supplies and extra garrison in their settlement to help protect it, it's always a good thing. We're going to hopefully then help with, keeping as many settlements under our control as possible, even if it's just a garrison having to fight them because they are stronger. So I'm going to concentrate on these in pretty much every settlement that I have. So we'll go for that one at that fort over there. We won't go for that. That's the building chain for this main settlement defense. I'm going to go for that one, the market square. Tier 5 gives us 300 per turn. And tradable resource production of 50%. So we'll go for that one in our main settlement region now. And yeah, that's fine. Garrison not moved, we know that. But if we move it to there, we can put them into in camp stance, which will then mean they'll be right next, or they'll be right able to attack Falls of Doom next turn. So yeah, end the turn. You've got to be careful of these ogre factions. That one there, Saber Mountain. They will attack us no doubt soon and declare war on us. The bear. Right. So let's do it. Let's go and hit the Falls of Doom. Our army's ready to go. Well, yeah, there's 2 men not in some of the units. Not a problem. Faction encountered Fulg. So there we go. They're up in the northeast. It's a decisive victory, this one is, but we're going to fight it because I want to get a settlement battle in for the first episode. So we'll fight this one, and hopefully we can take the province for Boris and Kislev. Right, and so here we are, guys, on our first settlement battle of the campaign. And I'm sorry, by the way, if you're thinking I'm talking a lot in this first episode. I've got a lot of things to say to you guys, basically. You know, obviously, with it being the first part, I've got a lot of information I want to share with you. And especially as well, because I want to make this campaign, as I said, your campaign as well. I want to get you involved as much as I possibly can with this campaign. So that's why I've got a lot to say. But it won't be the same after this part, after episode 1, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Things will be a lot more gameplay orientated, and I'll be jumping into the action a lot quicker than I have done in this first part. But I just like to talk to you guys, basically, and that's all it is. Anyway, so we are facing off in this settlement. We did this battle, I remember, in the preview video that I did of Boris, and this was the same battle we fought then as it is now. So in terms of maneuverability, we are quite constrained in these 2 bridge openings that we can maneuver down into the settlement with. So we are going to have to be careful. Isn't that? Yeah, that's 2 only ways we can come into the battle, into the settlements, is with these 2 bridges. So we're going to have to be careful as we try and maneuver in. We are going to be, I say, fairly restricted in that. But hopefully we can try and divide and conquer, and we will be successful. So let's hey up. The first time we've got the ability to channel magic. Let's see if we can be successful in this campaign like we were not in our previews. Let's have a look. Come on. Come on. Oh, of course. Oh, should I have expected anything less? There we go. What a start. Flipping heck. -3 on the channels of magic there. Awesome. Oh, God. Every time, guys. Right, so Kossars over here. So say a little bit of divide and conquer with this settlement battle here. So we've got those 4 over there, those 5 over there, those 2 there, those 2 there. I mean, ultimately, I want to use the Warbear Riders, which are, you know, key to our army at any point in this campaign. They will be key to our army, the Warbear Riders. Such fantastic units. I want to try and get them into the settlement early on, depending on where the enemy are positioned in defense of this settlement. Little Grom, see what you can do. I don't expect much from you from this battle, really. And then we'll put Boris over there. We'll put... In fact, no, we'll put Boris... Yeah, we'll put Boris over here. And we'll put the Frost Maiden over here. And see what happens. So let's start deployment. In fact, we've done deployment. Let's start the battle. As well, of course, I forgot to mention this on the campaign map. But these Warbear Riders, you can't get them until you get a tier 4 building. So we're going to have to build that in our main settlement. And once we get the tier 4 building, we can get these Warbear Riders. So until then, we're going to have to be very careful with how we utilize those 2 units. We don't want to lose them. We do not want to lose them. So we can get them at tier 4. I'll show you what the settlement building is after this battle. But we have to do it in our main building chain. Warbear Riders, go forward. Go forward now. So we've got to. So that supply depot there, is that control? That's controlling that one. We've got to take this region here, or area here, to get rid of this tower and this barricade that's being produced there as well. Okay, that's fine. So we'll push on. Warbear Riders, come on, come on. We've got to go, we've got to go, we've got to go. Right, you charge that way. You charge this way. You are armoured. You should be fine against those goblin archers. Get through the units. Get through. Push through, push through, push through, push through. I know it's not tidy. I know it's messy, but once you've got through, you'll be right into the mix. Who the hell is dropping so flipping quickly? I hate these Kossars, I tell you. They're so poor in armour. They can't take any damage at all. They're ridiculous. But we've got the bears through now. they're dealing with the missiles. We've got these. Oh, we've got this Alt Boy unit coming across. Right, go and support. Go and support. These are anti-large. They should deal with these Alt Boys quite quickly, actually. Come on, smash them through. That's it. That's it. Yes. I love them. I love them. Right, support your bears. Over here. Let's go. Let's go. Boris, go. Frost Maiden, come over. I'm just keeping my eye on these war bears, making sure they're okay. They are, as I say, the key unit in this one. Come in, support them. It's forward on, come on. I say, with them being armoured and armour piercing, they are absolutely fine against these shielded Orc boys. I would like another charge if you can try and get into them. Why are they holding back? I want you to go forward. Come on. We're taking out their main unit though. That's good. We've engaged on this side of the battle. Bring Boris across. Come on. Why is he not going in? So these war bears have actually done a wonderful job of supporting now these Cossars, because, as I say, they were taking initial damage pretty badly, but the war bears have stepped in and are doing a phenomenal job now. Even though they are against these spear goblins, I'm not concerned like it was in that first battle. I'm not concerned. Right, Boris, attack. Initiate Ursun's Fury. Go into a rampage if you must. Just cause as much damage as possible. Frost Maiden, let's get your Ice Maiden's Kiss across this goblin line here. Beautifully placed if we can. Yes. Oh my god, that is gorgeous. Thank you. Come on, push in. Push, push, push. We've lost one unit of bear now. We've lost... Yeah, one bear unit's gone. Two have gone. They're starting to drop the HP now. We've got to be careful with them. We'll pull them out, I think, a bit here. We'll pull them out. And they can go in for an attack instead. Where are they going? Where are you going? They're going the wrong flipping way. Don't get these units sometimes. The pathfinding's a little bit ropey as well on this at the moment, I feel, on settlement battles. How are we doing against the Orc boys? They're starting to drop. And Boris is doing fine. Right, the Cossars have gone in. Another Frost Maiden's Kiss across them, please. Actually do it causes frostbite and damage of 16. Okay, War Bear Riders, you've done a wonderful job there. Thanks very much, guys. Oh, it's victory. Oh, wonderful. It must have been a chain route that kicked in, and yes, we've done it. End the battle. Lovely stuff. And it was a decisive victory. Excellent. Okay, lovely. Oh, we've got Lichbone Pennant. What's that going to give to us? It enables magical attacks on the assigned unit, and it also gives us spell resistance of 25%. Okay. Alright, okay, that's fine. So we can assign that next battle. I kind of forget to always do that. I always forget to assign the banners. So I need to make sure... Or you remind me, actually, if you can. I'll remind myself, hopefully. Right. So, decisive victory. We, of course, will occupy, and that will give us the province. Excellent. Veteran warrior... +2 for infantry units. And banner gained. Province secure. 5,050 devotion. So captured 2 provinces. Right, okay. So yes. That building. Let me show you on the building browser. So it's this. The Orsalaz, which is a tier 4 advanced military building, which will give us the Warbear Riders. So this is what we're going to have to build in this settlement of Uskalak, and then we will get the Warbear Riders after that. So you can see here, we want to go for obviously these now. I want to then get some obviously cavalry for for maneuverability in as soon as possible, because then we get the winged lancers. ultimately then we can get the Griffin Legion at tier 4 in the Royal Chapter House. So again, we'll get that building over here. They will obviously eventually replace the Winged Lancers, but the Winged Lancers are pretty good, but the Griffin Legion are exceptional, so we'll get them eventually. But that's where we get the Warbear Riders there. Okay. These are good as well. Ice Guard, an Ice Guard with Glaze, but the TZAR Guard are extremely good infantry. Great sword infantry, armored, armor piercing, anti-infantry. That's what we want to see. Okay. Right, so then, control is a -3 or -14, but it's at -3 per turn. That will die off. I'm not concerned about that. We have got buildings which are going to support us with that as well. And so we will go now. We'll get rid of that. Replace that with the cavalry building instead. And we'll go for... Yeah, we'll go with this for tier 2 actually. So then we can get the defense building unlocked there, because that right is on our border here. We could get any enemies attacking us from over here. We've got vampire counts down here as well. Okay. And some more greenskins in the mountains. So we have to get our defensive buildings up and running over there. Diplomacy wise, ooh, the vampire counts, they're not too bad with us. Aversion -10, but nothing else. So no one still wants to talk to us, but they aren't ready to go to war with us, I don't think, at any time soon. So we should be alright against the vampire counts. Okay. Army-wise, let's have a look here. So replenishment is fine. Brass Lunged gives us a 25% aura size increase. I want to start going down this chain, but I'm still thinking about these here. I always look at that one as well, but I don't think we need to worry about that as much anymore. It only enables itself at 50% base damage for Boris, which I think we won't ever need to worry about once we start to increase him down here. I'm going to go for this one. Again, get that up for -10 in his Lord's Army. I think, yeah, that will do. We'll do that one. Loads of choices though. We'll obviously go for the ones as well. Eventually. So, buildings are sorting themselves out. Army is looking pretty good. We've got the Ice Maiden here, which we'll go for. We can't go for that, so we may as well go for the Ice Maiden's Kiss while she's still in our armies. So we increase that ability to an extra level.
Boris Ursus himself.
How does it get to take for... Okay, well, I was just thinking, do we recruit again or do we wait? I think we wait, actually. We'll wait for a turn. Commandment is available, though, yes. So let's have a look at that, then. So chances... I'm not really concerned about the power of the church yet. Recruitment cost, again, -10 on that one. Relief columns. So control... I say, control's got to sort itself out. I don't really worry about control at the moment. I'm probably thinking this. Recruitment cost -10 and income... Sorry, income? Recruitment capacity is +2. Yeah, that one we'll go for. I think that's the key one. Early on, yeah, obviously, with what we're trying to do. And obviously, we can change it eventually anyway. Technology has been recruited or researched. So, recruit a character trained from the Ice Court. Okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll go for Frost Maiden Hero, which is going to be the Tempest Law. That's what we want. That one, the Law of Tempest. I don't know what the difference is between Ice Witch Lords and Frost Maiden Heroes. Maybe they're actual proper lords you can... Sort of, since I know. So instead of actually just, you know, raising a lord here, you can actually, you know, design your own lord, basically, which is what we're then obviously dealing in certain ice or magic of either the Law of Tempest or Law of Ice. Okay, so you can actually, you know, design your own lord then. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. Right, so we'll go for this one. Train a new candidate. And then we'll start to
Boris
mold
Ursus.
her into our liking in the next few turns. So I'm going to go for Troll Country Pathfinder again, and it nice increase to 5% on our campaign movement range. We'll go for that one.
To shield Kislev against chaos.
So then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up part 1 here. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for listening as well if you have done, because as I said, I've talked a lot today about all the things I want to try and get over to you in this first episode. But please do show your support, drop the video a like, comment down below with your unit name suggestions for the armies. I want to hear them. Obviously, I'll get as many of them into the armies as I possibly can over the next few episodes and beyond, but keep them in this video. So if you start naming them in episode 2, 3, 4, I won't probably listen to them as much, because I'm using this video part 1 as my central hub for the unit name suggestions. It's easier for me to just keep them all in one place basically. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first part. Really excited to see what happens as we continue our adventures as Boris Ursus. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care and farewell.